All right, welcome back to another edition of Sling Paint Gaming.
What's up, guys?
I got Ryan on my left.
Hello, everybody.
Blake on my right. Nims is not here, couldn't make it today.
Checking out of the rematch.
Yeah, check it out in the rematch. That was what it was.
That's what happened.
So we're gonna be talking about the 2016 Worlds. So that I want to just kind of go over my experience, and I know you guys had a bunch of questions, and kind of go over the swag that we got, and kind of talk about some of the lists. I mean, it was crazy. It was a phenomenal time that I had there. So I went there. I got up there Friday.
Okay.
Right. And Friday was the first day of the X-Wing tournament that was going on. So then it was then Saturdays when I competed, and then Sunday was the final cut of Swiss, and then the championship rounds, and then the overall final championship.
Okay.
So spoiler alert, Paul Heaver didn't do it again. I was a little upset about that.
And he was
Spoiler
running
alert,
Scum,
though.
too. I was pulling for him.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
running Scum. He was running the caster with the double Y combination. But so let's go right into it. So on the first day, the first thing I saw was a whole crap load of defenders. A whole crap load of defenders.
This was on Friday, right?
Friday,
You got
yeah,
in?
on Friday. So I flew in, got in. I think I got right when the first round was just started making my way around, and I'm like, first of all, I was in awe of Fantasy Flight Games. That gaming center's one, huge.
Yeah.
And two, it was just magnificent. I mean, it was like X-Wing porn everywhere. That's what it looked like to me. I was like, oh my God, I want to touch everything. It was gorgeous.
Right.
But it was something that I wanted to do, and it was great, and I'm so glad that I did it. But and then Friday, like I said, I was seeing all the matches and everything that was there.
Yeah, you plus Chris Allen of Crate Cup and a friend of ours, Justin.
Yeah, Justin was out.
Sent
Yep.
me I was texting you all throughout the day, and they at one point I think Justin and you three all agreed that it was like 70% defenders. On
Yeah,
Friday.
like 60 to 70%. Well, the first day was like a little bit higher, 60 to 70%. The next day wasn't that many as I didn't look that many.
More
Right.
balanced the second day.
Yeah.
Like I looked more. There was more double ghost Y-wings there. There was a little more of everything. But
Yeah,
the
I
first
pulled up
day
my
was
list. I'm
heavily-
sitting my list, and the next thing I know, I look to the right of me and look to the left of me. Double Ghost Y, double Ghost Y, double Ghost Y, double Ghost Y. There was a lot of double Ghost Y. The funny part is, I did not play one mirror match whatsoever.
No, but you did start off your day two facing off against Jeremy Howard.
Yeah, so that was the most interesting part. So I'm sitting there, I'm lining up, and I see, like they just announced all the pairings, the first pairings for the first round. I'm like, all right, I'm ready for this. I got this. I'm like, all of a sudden, I'm scrolling, finding my name. I'm like, I see my name, and I look over to the right. I'm like, no. What? I mean, out of all the people, for those who don't
could have been
know,
Duncan.
Yeah, well, but both of them are phenomenal players, and
Right.
Duncan actually went top 4.
he
But
did.
Jeremy, they're actually playing. I think they were playing the identical list.
They were playing identical list that I think Jeremy said he took credit for building it.
Yeah, did he really? Is that what he said?
Yeah, I think that's what he said. One of those two brothers insisted that they built it, and the other one copied it from them.
Ah, okay. But Jeremy, it was, I saw Jeremy Howard, so I'm like, all right. I didn't, at the time, I didn't know he was flying until I actually pulled up my stuff onto the table and saw that he was running a Palp Defender Omega Leader.
Yeah.
And which basically freed up some points and gave him a whole bunch of stuff. So it was an interesting list. And I knew that he was going to stay in that corner. I said he's going to bump that shuttle many times. I think the joke after the game was over and everything, that he must have stayed in that corner at least 6, 7 rounds. Right? He just he took Vessery, did a K turn, and then stalled it on the shuttle. Vessery back, bumped the shuttle back again. And I was slow rolling my ghost from the left corner coming up in there and trying to finally get into it. And he played this list phenomenally. There was one point where I flipped and 5K'd right behind the shuttle, and I thought I was going to get this, and my dice were like, no, screw you, you're not rolling anything. Nice. But overall, I mean, Jeremy played his list phenomenal, and it was a great thing. But did you know the whole time I was there, my dice, I had auto blaster turrets. Out of all the games I played, I went 11 times I missed with my auto blaster turrets.
This is the 2016 World Champion of X-Wing Dice Melting, right next to
Dice
her.
melting, yes. We are going to do a tournament of dice melting and who melts the dice the best, because my dice need to get melted after that. But it was, so I went 1-5. I'm not ashamed of it. I'm actually very happy on how I flew. I actually felt that was like the best X-Wing I played. Mm-hmm. But my dice just were not able to convert. There was a one time I was playing Carlos Ramirez, who's like, he's regional champion the whole 9 yards, and he had Bosk. You would have loved his list. He had Bosk and I think it was Venturous coming down, and I was in the opposite corner. We were going like kind of like this, and he was coming down this way, and he set up purposely outside of mine, and I said, you know what, I'm going to hard turn my first go and come around this way, and then we gridlocked. We had 4 large base ships gridlocked, and I'm looking at this, and I'm like, you know what, I'm ready to sling dice. I'm ready to do this. I'm like, statistically, I had more dice than him, right?
Right.
Slinging dice. I got his ventures down to 1 hull. And there was only one maneuver for him to do, which was a 2 hard, which was a white maneuver. He was stressed because he had pushed the limit and the combination on it. And he did the 2 maneuver, finally broke free with the 1 hull. I'm like, I know he's going to be in my auto blaster range. He can't push the limit. He can't, move the stress. So sure enough, I'm like, I got this. The target lock's already on him. I'm going to auto blaster him. This is going to be great. I'm rolling my dice. I get focus blank. I'm like, okay. I grab my dice again, roll them again, blank. I'm like, and then Carlos freaks out. I freak out. I think we would have loudest people at that moment on the table right there because I whiffed. Yeah. That was the moment for him to win the game, and he even said it too. That was like the game changing. I'm spitting on my mic again, excited. That was a game changing moment for him on that thing. Was that moment, and then he basically took Ventress all the way around and just started pop shotting my ghost, and there was nothing I could do.
Once it got away, you just couldn't catch up to Ventress.
He was
Yeah,
gone.
I needed to get Ventress. We were locked and gridlocked, and he even said he was like, oh no, what am I gonna do?
What was
What am I
Carlos
gonna do?
running by any chance? I know he said Ventress. Was it the same list as Paul or was
I
it a
haven't.
twin caster?
I got to take the pictures and see exactly what he actually had. But he was, it was like Bosk, with Dangar crew, 4 long, the whole party bus, and then he had Ventress, and I know he had Push the Limit. I forget what else did he had. I think Lots Razi on it too.
There were 3 very prominent scum archetypes there at that tournament. We had the Asajj with 2 Y wings. We had Bosk and somebody else, whether it was Bosk Ketsu, Bosk Asajj, Bosk Dengar, and then the other popular archetype there, I believe, was the twin caster with Ketsu and Asajj.
Yeah, that actually went pretty. There was a twin caster that went up in the top 16.
Took everybody by surprise.
Yeah, but overall, by all my matches, then I played another defender match. Then I played another. I just barely lost a defender match. Again, my auto blasters could not convert. I was so ready. Nims got me ready playing triple pop defenders with my ghost on, where I need to position myself to be in that range 1 auto blaster turret, and whiff. There was a point where I rolled 2 crits. I'm like, the thing that you don't want to see with auto blaster turrets. It is what it is. I mean, and I'm not going to blame my dice, but I feel comfortable the way I flew. The last match I played, I won. It was a little, I could have done better. I wish I'd done better on the dice, but it is what it is. But I also, the players I played, these were some of the top players around the world.
That's what I was going to say. Like,
Yeah.
you went to Worlds.
I went to Worlds.
He went to Worlds, and that's an experience of a lifetime there.
Yeah, it was. And you would have liked a lot of the lists that were there. I know because you're a scum extraordinaire in our area. You would have liked a lot of the lists, Ryan.
I'm glad that they just represented this year.
Oh my God, Dangaroo, won the won the
I'm happy
Worlds.
about that.
Yeah,
I'm so happy that Dingaroo won.
I
don't even play that. List,
Well, because Scott.
It was really
and then
nice
even
to see.
Paul was running the caster and the double Ys, which was a nasty list. So one of the things was Rigoberto Perez says Team Howard all the way. Duncan and Jeremy. Jeremy, I think fared out 3-3. I think he was.
He finished up 3-3 on the day. He missed the day 2 cut. Duncan went 5-1.
No, well, yeah, either 5-1 or undefeated.
He was 5-1. Either way, he went to the top 4.
Yeah, he played that. He played some serious lists, some serious competitors, and he did very well. It was, like I said, it was. The best part about the whole Worlds thing is I'm watching these players, like you're like 3 feet away from them, and you're watching them play, some of the best games of their lives, right there. There was some moments, like even the Paul Heaver, there was a right at the end, Paul Heaver needed to get 4 hits on, I think it was Manaroo. He was playing Fawn's Dangaroo list. And he needed 4 hits on Manaroo to get them half, right? And then Fawn needed the Shadowcaster 1 hit to get to half for him to win. So they get to the last move of the game. Time is called. They're finishing out their moves. Paul rolls, I believe, like 4 hits or something like that. Fawn gets the 1 evade and save it. And he wins that because then the next he does, he just feedbacks a raid just to get the hit no matter
Just to get
what.
the hit.
And it was, I think that was the combination, but it was a phenomenal ending. And to see Paul not to do the 4-peat, I mean, it is what it is.
Everyone has to fall sometime.
Yeah, but it was, I mean, he played phenomenal. So, what questions, you guys had some questions, I guess, like, overall for the experience, like at Worlds and stuff.
Well, my first question is, how did you occupy yourself on Friday? Did you just walk around and watch games? Did you participate in any Hangar Bay events or anything?
Actually, there was a bunch of Hangar Bay events, but there was...
The amount of stuff on the table that Berto brought
Oh,
back
yeah, I
is
got
insane.
swag galore here. I got swag.
Those are
So
awesome cards.
these are, I'm going to show you, these are the Star Wars Destiny cards. They had demo of games that you played 2 rounds of a Star Wars Destiny.
I like the backs on them, by the way. Coming
the
November
backs
16th.
coming November 16th. But these are the promo cards that are coming out. This is special alt art cards. But basically, those are the Star Wars Destiny. So that's what I did on Friday. Was I watched a lot of the games and then I did a couple like 4 demos to get those cards.
Yeah, what are your thoughts and feelings on Destiny after?
Oh my
How
God!
many games did
I'm
you
so
play
getting
Friday?
into that. I played 4 games and I loved it.
That's awesome. That gives Nims and I someone else to play with.
Yes, exactly.
And it's a miniatures game as well?
No, it's actually a card game that has some dice.
Okay.
The best way I can describe it is kind of like a cross between Magic, Pokemon, and
Dice
then,
Masters.
and then Dice Masters thrown in Star Wars flavor.
Okay.
The mechanics when I first did it was a little weird,
Mm-hmm.
but it was still awesome. It was like I said, I liked it. I'm really liking the Rebel side for me better. Maybe I'm just partial to Rebels, but I like the Rebel mechanics. But we get to play only 2 rounds. Like I said, but it was great. I
Kind of
thought it
like
was-
Kylo Ren's card here. Choose an opponent's character, then look at a random card in that opponent's hand and deal damage to that character equal to the cost of the card you just looked at.
Yeah.
That's pretty powerful.
Yeah, it's and usually the cost is like this is a so the game has you have 2 character cards and basically you're facing 2 characters versus 2 characters and you can add upgrades and all that stuff and add other things, but all the support cards have costs associated to them.
Okay.
So you get 2 resources every round and then basically it might be 3 resources, 4 resources, or 1 resource is 0. So when you pick a card for Kylo Ren, when you pick on your opponent's card, if it's got 3 resources, you just dealt 3 damage. Yeah, so it's like I said, it's cool abilities and stuff, so it's pretty wild.
So we're down for Destiny later this month.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah,
okay. Oh, yeah.
absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. So the other thing I did on Friday was, like I said, I just watched a lot of the other matches going on. I wanted to kind of see what the the meta was like, and also try to see some defenders and how they worked and the mechanics. Again, I played only Nims with defenders. I was the only
Yeah.
person I played. So, but other than that, like I said, that was Friday. So what else?
Let's see. Try to.
You want to show you the other swag I got?
I saw a
Yeah,
Boba
it's-
Fett
that-
card
that-
in there that
Yeah,
I was about to ask about.
Okay, so this is every player, if you got your badge marked and tokened, right, is my badge for World's Championship. Every player got a package of cards, and basically it's alt art cards for some of their other games. Like this is Imperial Assault. I believe that is recognize
Oh, it's
it?
Warhammer.
Warhammer.
I would say Warhammer.
It looks
Alright.
like Warhammer.
Oh, yeah. Void Pirate.
Boba Fett from the card game, Star Wars card game, which I know pretty cool. And this is I think from Game of Thrones.
Yeah, that's Game of Thrones. He's
All right, and then I also got
that looks
Hedge
like
Fund.
Netrunner.
Netrunner, yep, that's definitely Netrunner. And then I think
That is Armada.
there's
And an
Armada.
Armada card. Okay.
So everybody got these cards as a, as a promo thing, and then you also got. I think these only come out at Worlds,
These are only available to World's participants.
and I got 3 alternate art
They
Inquisitor.
gave you
And those
one at the beginning of the
look
day, I think, when you
sweet.
registered.
Yeah, they're pretty cool looking.
I don't even.
I don't even like Inquisitor. They're
Like,
pretty cool, right?
You should play him now. You should totally represent
Represent
the
Inquisitor.
Yeah.
But yeah, so definitely you get some alt art Inquisitor cards. We're
pretty sweet
probably
alt art,
gonna either, and then we talked about maybe giving this away at the championship, or what we might do is we might put this up on auction on eBay for a charitable auction to St. Jude's Children's Hospital, which we normally do with anything when we get some extra swag. But we'll figure it out. We'll see what we're gonna do. But yeah, you got that, and then every person got the World Championship. R2D2 on the one side or Astromech World Championship Challenge coin just for participating, which was pretty cool.
And that thing's sweet looking too.
Yeah, so think
that
about
is
it.
a really
Only
sweet-
300 people. I think it was 150 each day. I think only 300 people got those coins out of
Yeah, those are
all of
rare.
X-Wing. So just like any other challenge
Got some,
coins.
yeah.
It's just like it's got some weight
nice
to it.
weight
You've
to
got
it.
something else down here too. This is what I like
the-
the most
the red
out of
book?
everything.
The red book. So I was actually surprised on this because also I'm like dead last, and I'm like, oh, they're giving out. They kept on giving out swag, and they also kept on giving out. They would put like let's say a set of tokens and another card. Oh, look who
look at this
just
surprise
walked
here.
in. Nimsy just
Oh,
walked
Nimsy's
in.
feeling better.
He heard my call out.
All right. So Nimsy's here. So one of the things that they gave out was this World Championship upgrade binder. And again, only 300 people got this, but it can hold all your upgrade cards. Actually, a lot of upgrade cards.
That's a lot.
Yeah. World Championship 2016 binder. Which
I will
is
give
pretty
you
cool.
$5 for it.
$5.
$5.
Do you know how much of these are going on for eBay?
$6?
More than that. I don't know. Maybe we'll talk afterwards.
God, I wouldn't want to get rid of that.
I'm actually partial to
That
that.
is so
partial to
useful.
the coin and to that binder. Some of these cards I'll probably give away and stuff. But I mean, you got a lot of cool swag, and the cool part is you're rubbing elbows. And one of the other things we did was, so you Nova Squad Radio. Chad Brown was there. I got pictures with Ryan Fleming. I got pictures with Jeremy Howard. I got pictures with a couple other people. I spoke to Carson from Radio TCX podcast. The Gold Squadron podcast guys were
Pick
there.
my
Gold-
mic up as well.
Gold
It seems
Squad-
easier
Yeah,
to
it's
do
easier to
this
pick
way.
up the mic up and
Yeah.
just walk around with it.
Gold Squadron did an amazing job over the weekend of their World's coverage.
Oh,
That-
absolutely.
It was a tremendous job from
Yeah,
their
they
side.
were streaming. They had their computer set up, and they were streaming out, and they had their microphone set up. It was great. The other cool thing was,
Actually, if you looked at the standings, you finished better than Tyson Sparks in Back the Dials.
I did?
Yes, you. I
You
believe
sure?
You did. You finished higher than some well-known podcaster was right below you.
Oh, I don't know about saying that. He had a better than 1-5. I 1-5. I had a 1-5 record.
Yeah, no, someone you finished above one of the well-known podcasters.
Oh, well, I did horrible, and I admit that I did horrible, but I flew nice. Was perfect. All right, so the other things is, so Gold Squad there, Nova Squad Radio, Radio TCX. There was
Scum and Villainy was there.
Scum and Villainy, I think, was there. Like I said, I mean, you're shaking hands with Paul Heaver, congratulating him, and all these guys. I mean, it was just nonstop. I mean, all the things that we look up to as far as like X-Wing and all that, everybody was there. It was great. Also, the cool part was some of the nail-biting matches that you didn't see on the stream. I was helping out on the stream for I think I had my computer on the last day, and I'm sitting there typing all the updates for the other matches that were going on that were not on the stream that everybody wanted to know. Like there was the match between Fawn and Nan. I think Fawn was from Belgium, and I think Nan. I'm not sure where Nan was from, but they were both speaking Dutch.
They're probably both Belgium.
Yeah, but they could be both Belgium. But they were both speaking Dutch in their match. They were flying not mirror lists, but similar Dangaroo lists. And everybody wanted to know what was going on with that list. Fawn, who beat Paul Heaver in the top 16, lost to Nan in the top 8. Nan went to the finished and won the Worlds. It was like I said, it was just a phenomenal thing just to see and then watch Duncan Howard playing his list and his final loss, which was a nail biter. And the people were great there. It was a good time. It was a good time.
All right, I have confirmation here. Berto Rivera finished 111th. Tyson Sparks finished 114th.
Really?
Yes. You beat out Tyson Sparks.
Get the hell out of here.
Yes, you did.
Even with my poor ass record?
Even with your poor ass record, you beat out Tyson Sparks.
So
had
I'm
a worse ass record.
111th? That can't be right.
Yeah, that was the standings at the end of day 1B.
So 100, like 111. Oh, okay. I'm 111th out of Worlds.
You got first
I'm the
place 3
111th
times.
best. There we go. I like the way that
Yeah,
sounds.
man, Tyson Sparks finished 114th. Tyson Sparks, we're going to need you to step up your game.
Tyson, he's saying that, not me, Tyson. I respect you. He's saying that, not me.
I love you,
I'm
Tyson.
trying to ask the important questions, like, did you have the grilled cheese sandwich that everybody talked about?
I had the grilled cheese sandwich.
Okay.
The food.
Thank you. That's what I wanted to get to.
Food
Ryan's
and
trying
the
to tell me he's
beer,
hungry.
and they had beer there.
Yeah.
Oh, after I won lost 3 games, I started to become beer wing. I stole this. I'm sorry, FFG. I don't know how this got in my bag, but I stole it. It came in my bag. I think it's one of the beers that they had there. Next thing I know, I think I grabbed it and just threw it in my bag. But They had beer, the grilled cheese. I had the wings. Everything was like gourmet. It came out in these like white, beautiful dishes and stuff. And the burgers, I had mushroom Swiss burger that was to die for, and the breakfast sandwiches and the beer. And going back to the beer, it was nonstop. It was great. So that was pretty beer wing. Yeah, exactly. Yes. I had a picture. I think it was after the third round where beer wing came in.
He flew drunk after.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. So let's talk about lists. Okay. So let's talk about what won Worlds and what do you guys think about the list? And
there were a couple very interesting.
So what list that stood out for you? Let's go start with let's start with Ryan because you did a lot of talking. Let's start with
I did a lot of talking.
Yeah, let's start with you.
What are we talking about? Like the top 4?
What list that appealed to you? Like where is the
I'm not sure where it was. There was scroll up. I think there was the Dengar Bosk list that I really enjoyed. Dengar Manaru. I do like Finral. Turok and Manaru. I like that list a lot.
Oh, that list when I was watching that game on the stream, man, that he got some unlucky breaks with the damage card that he got dealt with. It was like on Finral or El Turok, I forget what it was, but it was pretty nasty. But yeah, let me switch to my computer screen so you guys can see what I'm seeing. And this is actually a link to the forums here. Let me copy this link and post it up here.
There's a ton of data on this particular forum topic. There's a ton of data here. It goes into just a lot of number crunching.
All right, so let's do this. So right off the top here, here's the world champion Nons list. Great guy. He was rocking the handlebar mustache. Loved it. He's from Belgium too. Okay, so that's why they were both talking Dutch. And like at one point when Fawn and Don were talking, I was talking to the one of the marketing people, one of the head marketing social media people. She was doing the Twitter updates and stuff. I'm talking to her and I said, I don't understand what they're saying. Do you understand what they're saying? She goes, no, I don't understand what they're saying either. I said, so we can make anything up in commentary. And so we're going back and forth.
That's interesting because Dutch, when you listen to it, it almost sounds like broken English.
Actually, it's kind of like broken English with a German feel to it. But because there were some English terms that come out, like you said, I heard the word hit. I'm like hit, and hit dine or something. But it was great. I have to give Nims his bounty. All right, so Nan's list right off the bat was. Now look, I want you to see this. Look at the point bid that he got on this. 97 points. So he knew that he was going to be facing other Dangaroos, and he went up and then he had that. Now, if you go to the top, I want to jump real fast down here where he beat out Fawn. Where's Fawn's top 8? Fawn. There's Fawn. Fawn also had 97 points.
Okay.
Dangaroo list.
He had dampeners.
Yeah.
And flechette torpedo and plasma torpedoes. Oh wow! So his Dengar was a little bit fatter.
So this one was beefed up for attacks, right? And if you look at Nan's list, he was running Gunk. He gunked the hell out of Gunk, man. He had so many shields up on that, and that actually helped him beat Fawn when they were playing the mirror match in the top 8.
I like the inclusion of the seismic torpedo in there.
Yeah, I do too.
Which one? Oh, the seismic torpedo. Yep, you had that. The runner-up, Kevin. Now, when I was watching that final match, Kevin Lentz, he just had he had Miranda come out. He had dropped the counter net, and then Korn just dealing with Dengar, and Dengar's ability right off the bat was just brutal. I don't know if you guys it went down, but but Kevin, when he played Duncan and he won against Duncan, it was like it was a completely different list. Like it not destroyed Duncan's list, but it did what it needs to do. Double tapped, with Korn, to Omega Lead or Vessery, and took out Omega Lead and Vessery in several rounds. And it was just like I said, it was a different list when he played against the Dangaroo. It was like Dangaroo was too maneuverable and too hard hitting, especially with Dangaroo's ability.
Do you know if Kevin played against a Dangaroo in the Swiss rounds?
I don't know. I did not watch him during the Swiss rounds. So that's Kevin Lentz's list. I mean, everything on the link I sent you guys is you can see all the lists. Duncan Howard, all right, is a 2016 U.S. national champion, 2 times regional world champion, and he went. So he went in his flight 2, 6-0, 99 points, a Megalita Juke, and this is the same list that I played against first round with Jeremy, his brother. Great list, and you can see he dropped on the whole Riot thing and put the Megaliter in to get the whole comm relay set up and an extra shield upgrade too on
that
a Megaliter.
That was a great meta call from both of those guys.
I agree.
Thomas Jack Mooney. Now this list, check out this is
list
like
was awesome.
everybody was freaking out about this slick. This was a Jake PTL VI Auto Thrusters Procket list with the Han Solo, traditional Han, not the new Han because you can't play that there, with Predator, Luke, C-3PO, engine type. This is like a Wave 3 list. And he went top 4.
There's a crazier list.
Yeah.
Down farther with another Falcon.
Oh, yeah. Okay, we would definitely show that.
Yeah.
That's just impressive.
But I was watching some of the game, and it was beautiful ships. He painted up and stuff, and he flew phenomenally. It was
What was he doing specifically in the games that was putting him over the edge?
He, definitely with the higher skill value pilots. Jake, was Jake an 8, I think it at, and Han's a 9.
VI, he's
VI
a 9.
makes it a 9. I think with those higher skill value pilots, and especially engine upgrade on Han Solo, he was definitely trying to get it out of those arcs. But with Luke is I think the key to that list right there with Predator and Luke, right? So he was able to re-roll. It's like a gunner but better because he got the
pretty
focus.
Much defenders, you can token stack all you want. It's gonna get through to you.
It's gonna
somehow.
hit. Yeah, it's gonna hit hard. So basically, his 2-ship list was almost like 3 ships, basically.
Yeah.
And I think that's what did well. And he was flying out with Han and then using Jake with PTL and trying to set up things, and especially the Prockets was nasty, especially with Jake's setup.
The Prockets, if you get it right with Han and Prockets on Jake, you can almost one round the Palp shuttle off that board. You can run around the Dingar or a Manaru.
It was nasty to watch, and he just flew the list perfectly. And then Stefan, he was running, pretty much Palpin. He had Ryad and Vessery, Omicron.
Okay, so your Palp shot or your defenders.
Right, and Stefan and Duncan, I believe, played in. I think they played the first. I think Duncan beat him in the top 8, and then they played also in the last round of Swiss, I believe.
They did.
Because they were like undefeated and they played twice almost, which was interesting. And I think Stefan won the first go around, and then Duncan won the second go around, if I recall that correctly.
Where's Duncan?
Duncan's right here. Top.
Duncan went 6-0 in flight 2, so they could not have faced each other.
No, in the next day. The next
day they had
in the
elimination. They had the 2-round Swiss in the beginning, and then they went to cut 16. So the first, yeah, exactly. So everybody who had 4-2 record went to that cut. But anyway,
Fawn's running the 97-point Dingaroo as well.
Yep. And he was cool. There was Fawn, and there was also another guy from the Amsterdam, Netherlands. He's the Netherlands national champ. I mean, these are the top players around the world, which is pretty cool.
And it looks like the world was represented here. I mean, UK nationals,
there's
Belgium,
the UK national.
There was people from Brazil, Singapore. I mean, I was meeting everybody. A couple people, recognized my shirt and stuff and me, and they came up and got pictures and stuff. And I was asking them, "Hey, where you guys from?" And like UK, from Singapore, everywhere. I mean, it was just all around the world. It was great.
See, that's amazing.
I love it. That's what I love about this game. And actually, one of the things they just released out an article was the whole new Open Series, and some people are upset about that. There's 5 United States Open Series and none like in South America or in like Singapore area or Asia area. People are a little upset about that, but that's a whole other topic for another day. And I kind of reside with them. I think there should be more spread out around. Well, because look at this, it's worldwide. UK, United States. Looking at the Italian Nationals champion. I mean, these were the top elite.
There's that Kitsu Asajj.
Yep. This list. I was watching Tom Reed play this. He made the top 16. He did phenomenal, 6-0 in his first day. It was just like I said. It was a phenomenal. He went 7-1 overall in Swiss, 1230 MOV. His first flight went 6-0. Right, so the first day. So I mean, it was just a beautiful played list, and he knew how to work those 2 ships very nicely.
For those of us with regionals coming up this weekend, these are things we need to be paying attention to.
Oh, and if you look at it, it's all over the place.
It's all over the place.
Look at those other top 16. Top 16, you have another Carner, Jax, Ryad, and Omicron. So instead of a double defender, you had...
Yeah, so just different flavored Palp shuttles showing up here.
Yeah, exactly.
Different variations of it.
So, and then you had... look at this one, Whisper and Oiken.
I think you're going to see that.
I think that's gonna, especially with the Jump Masters going away. Vessery, Ryad, Glaive, all with crack shot, all X7. Simple list. I mean, simple in its thing, and made it up top 16.
Yep, 6 in Swiss.
Mario Nunez, 4 Y wings TLT unhinged.
Thug Life.
Spanish national champion.
It's back.
Yep. Oh yeah.
It's a thing now.
And there was like I think a couple people running the 4 Y wings, but he did the phenomenal.
Now here's the next list that I'm really.
This one, okay.
Yeah, Marcel's list.
So I was talking to Marcel. Marcel's from the Gold Squad podcast. Marcel, who was the North American champion, that he was running a Gen Con, he ran 3 scouts. Well, 2 scouts with exactly the same with plasma and extra munitions, and they running scouts. He lost to Duncan in the first top 16 cut, right? And he was playing Duncan's Omega Vessery PAL build. But look at this list.
It's still there.
It's the 3 triple jump masters. He went 5-1.
8th in Swiss.
Right? 7-1 overall with 1101 MOV. That's crazy.
It is.
But and it's just Boba Fett. He had one of them with the extra munitions, protons, and plasmas, and then guidance chips on both of them. So it's basically triple scouts without the instead of, and he also ran adaptability instead of running Deadeye, which they can't run anymore.
That's actually pretty smart, considering if you're going into a tournament expecting low PS skill guys and the scouts are PS3, if you just bump them up to PS4.
Oh yeah, even with the Lothal Rebels,
all
right?
of a sudden that little Lothal Rebel is having to move before you.
And also that you they get to shoot first
Yep.
too, the scouts. But I mean, all right. And then here's Paul Heaver's list: Asaz, Ventress, PTL, Lots, Razi. So he went on the defensive side. Black Market Slicer Tools, and then 2 Syndicate Thugs. I mean, he went all the way. Like he went 5-1. He actually lost his loss. You know whose 1 loss is on the first day of flight was?
His 1 loss was against our friend from Durham, North Carolina,
Yep.
Chris Allen.
Yep. He was. Chris was like, he looked at. He says, "I gotta play Paul Heaver." It's like me like flying against Jeremy. Like,
Yeah, Chris told me afterwards that he was extremely nervous about that match.
it was like down to the wire. I think down to the end. I mean, it was a great match. They were going back and forth,
Yeah.
but
Unfortunately for Chris, he did not make it to day 2.
no, I think he went. Whoop, I just
He went 3-3.
3-3,
He
yep.
started out 3-0, and then just something happened, and
But the 1 loss was from Paul Heaver.
1 loss. North Carolina represent.
Right. And so then Joe Desmond, check this one. There's another Dangaroo list, Imperial
Dangaroo
Rebel.
list.
Yep. And then 6 wins after Swiss. I mean, this list goes on and on here. We're not going to go through every list here. But take a look. Here's my combination, well, very similar combination, which is the 2 Lothals. Went 6-2 overall, 4-2 in the flight. I mean, these and Miranda and
There was
Korn.
another Miranda. That was the only repeat Rebel list to have a positive winning record, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, they're all over the place. Oh, look at this one. You guys see this here? This is the Canadian national champions, Ron Brennan. All right. 4-2, 100 points, 3 blue with collision detector, and a rookie R2 with integrated astromech and a bandit. That's blue. He's talking flying B-wings. Isn't that crazy?
Wow.
Just look what the Jumpmaster change did to the meta. It opened
everything
so
back up.
Much.
Everybody can fly those ships,
Oh,
but
there's Dengar boss list. Aaron Bonner. Oh wow, it was Aaron Bonner. Awesome.
yep. The kinetic operator. Yep. 3 times world top cut.
There's another list down below with another Falcon and 2 TLT Y-Wings that I was very happy to see do well.
Yeah, and look, Dash and Poe. Here's Dash and Poe. And look at the MOV here. I want you guys to show this. 1,002. These are all people that had 6-2 overall. 1,002, 1,007, 1,012. There's a question mark here. 1,020, 1,054. I mean, you're only a couple points off. So if you were 6-2, it didn't guarantee you to the top cut, right? And look here. Let's look up so the top cut. This is top 16. The lowest top 16 went 6-2. So there was 2 6-2s overall, right? And the MOV went 1147 was the lowest MOV because the next guy.
1147.
Right. So that's like.
At that point, they go to at that point, if the record is tied and the MOV is tied, then you go to the strength of schedule.
Yep.
And if you look at the strength of
Schedule.
schedule, Joe there had a 2.0 strength of schedule, while
Yes,
Jonathan
look at the top.
had a
So he
1.5.
missed out. He was 17th because of his strength of schedule was different. 1147 here, but because his strength of schedule was higher, I believe, got him into Joe Desmond into the thing. But isn't that crazy?
That I would be.
But
I'd be very upset after
Especially
that one.
with lists like mine that just bleed MOV.
yeah, and that was the one thing that I was worried about with my list. I have no agility, I have no green dice. But anyway, so let me switch back here to our view. So that
Welcome back.
hey, welcome back. Hey,
Hey, everybody.
But that was, it was just a phenomenal event. I loved it. What else? What do you guys? Any other questions?
Oh, we know that you didn't play Sunday. What were you doing Sunday exactly?
Probably getting drunk and watching the.
I was getting drunk and stuff.
As I saw, you were posting a ton of updates.
Oh yeah, I was helping. I'm gonna say helping FFG until they. A lot of people asking for it. I was taking out my laptop, covering the other games that were not being streamed, so everybody can get the updates on the Twitch feed.
Okay.
So I was doing that. What else did I do? I was recouping from a hangover from that previous night. Some of the Colorado boys took me out. Justin was out. The other Justin, they all just took me out. It was crazy. It was a great time. And we went downtown Minneapolis, and hanging out
Hotel
down.
did you stay at? Were you at the one right next door to the center? Or?
It was the Radisson, and it was the Key Inn. I stayed at the budget quality Key Inn. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Yeah.
Well, I've never been to like a Gen Con or a big event like that. And I've always wondered, I think we've got a regionals coming up, and it's going to be, 6 rounds?
Yeah, we got 6 rounds.
How is it playing 6 rounds of competitive X-Wing? Like, you always hear on the podcast, drink water and make sure you've got some sort of snack. Like, did you find yourself running out of steam on, like, round 4, 5, and 6?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Like, I think the beer helped, too. Like, after that, I was like, but snacks, the lunch, they had an hour lunch break, I think, in between. Again, the food being on site, and they were really fast with the food, too. It was like really gourmet-ish type, not awesome food. But I did have my snacks. I had my peanuts, some granola bars, and water I kept with me. But I was also dealing with the cold, which you guys can still hear that I'm dealing with. I got the cold Friday, and I noticed it, so I'm pumping myself full of drugs to keep me up. Drinking, I think I had like a coffee, one of those coffee monster drinks, whatever.
Yeah.
And I think about like around the 4th round, I was like the Energizer Bunny going down. But it was cool. All right, so let's see some questions here. Seamus, hey guys, what's up, Seamus? Yes, Seattle made the Open Series. I saw that. Anyone streaming the Dorm Regional? I believe they are. They do. Didn't they do that last time?
They did it last year, and they had a stream at the top table. I don't think they cut it on until round.
I forget what they did.
2 or 3, I think.
Yeah, I forget what they did, but I believe it should be streamed. If we do find out, we'll definitely let you guys know.
Yeah.
Where it's being cut. But a lot of these guys over here, I'm not going to make the dorm regionals, but you guys will be.
Yeah, I'm going to head up there. This is going to be my first regionals.
Oh, this is your first one?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You've always been local, but you are the Scum resident expert. And this is your first one? Oh, you're going to do awesome.
Yeah,
you're going to like it.
This will be my second regional.
All I can recommend is, like I said, bring some snacks, bring some water,
Yes.
and it's fast-paced, so don't lollygag in between rounds. Like, if you got to take a crap, go take a crap. Make sure you pinch that out really fast and come back because it's like 5-10 minutes.
Do I need to
between
invest
rounds.
in a vape pen?
Maybe.
No,
There's time for smoking. There's actually in the
There's
front,
time
there's
for
smoking.
smoking.
There's time for smoking.
Yeah.
I'll be okay.
But it's like 5-10 minutes in between rounds. They go, they're like clockwork
There
at
is.
Dorm.
Well,
They've
the list
gotta
I've been
get fast.
playing with recently, it's
There
been
may
taking
be-
me like the entire round to play, and it's killing me.
Yeah, and that's what killed me with the loft. Because you play large spaceship.
I
Yeah.
play large spaceships.
There may be more leeway this time around because last time we were there, it was a 1-day event. So
made it
and
2-day event
This is
now.
a 2-day
it's a
event
2-day.
now, so there may be some leeway between the rounds and stuff. But
That's true. There may be some time extra right
yeah.
What other questions?
I saw Roberto asking about,
Where?
are the old Rebelists coming back again?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yep.
Yes, they are.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So Roberto, basically he says all the old Rebels coming back again. Is the Falcon coming back again? I mean, absolutely. Look at the
yes.
worlds. I mean, the guy was flying a Falcon and an A-wing.
Yeah, and the new Falcon's going to be a thing too.
Oh, absolutely.
Ray's definitely a thing.
Ray is extremely powerful, especially with Finn on board with her.
The only thing I don't like about that is that whole because you got to get it in an arc.
You got to get in an arc. Yeah, I believe also as the regional season goes on, you're going to start seeing more of what I'm now calling him Greyhound.
I feel like she's kind of built to handle like the Dingaroo too. Because he wants to be an arc, she wants to be an arc.
Yeah, she is.
She's getting the extra 2 dice.
Yeah.
She is
So
kind of like a
she's-
mini Dingar.
She's kind of like a mini Dingar at pilot
Like a
skill
mini
10.
Dingar, I
well,
love it.
she's 8, but in my opinion, you just VI her up to 10
VI
and
her
say,
up,
hey,
yeah. Maybe
here I
even
am.
adaptability because there's not really much anything
if you're
up
strapped
there.
for points, adaptability, absolutely.
Yeah, there's not really anything that's going to be above a 9.
Yeah, I mean,
right now.
you're going to see the occasional Cheerno, but I don't know how, like,
Yeah, right.
what do you say, prevalent the Decimator is
Yeah.
right now.
I actually flew my last game. I flew against a shuttle with Palp, Decimator with Vader,
Okay.
and Wampa combination. Now my list ate through right up. I think I'm not gonna say he played it wrong, but I understand his jousting power, but like mathematically, I'm throwing 4 or 5 dice depending on what range. He's throwing only 3 dice, 3 or 4 dice at range.
And you had tanky ships too, so it wasn't
Yeah.
like if I'm running Finn Rao, he's like, oh Vader, and then I'm gonna gunner you.
Yeah, the combination the combination was not meant to face my list. It was
Right.
made to fit like the aces
Like
and
the
stuff.
aces,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, with Vader, take your damage. I don't care. I'll take my damage. Yeah.
Joshua, I don't know about these two guys next to me, but I will definitely be making an attempt to come down to Macon and play in that regional event.
What's the question?
Are any of us making it to Macon regional?
Macon, Georgia.
You're Macon, Georgia.
Do you know when that
Oh.
is?
It is.
like I have to
It
put-
is December the 3rd. That's why I moved the Parker Banner Kent Wayne tournament from the 3rd to the 10th.
Say he moved it so he could
Moved
play
it
at
so
the
he
regional.
could go to the
So I'll be
regional.
in Florida on vacation as well.
Oh, speaking of worlds, didn't you do like a whole, like a world tour? Wait, you're still on your world tour.
This is day 5 of my world tour. I've been playing.
He's at the non-world world tour.
I'm at the
Right, did I
I'm
say
in
that
the
right?
Yes,
Charlotte,
the
I'm in the
non-world
Charlotte
world.
Metro Region World Tour. I started playing Saturday, played Sunday, played Monday, played Tuesday. I'm playing today, and I'm playing tomorrow. So that'll be 6 consecutive days of X-Wing.
I'm jealous.
All-
I'm jealous of this guy.
all
You see
in
how many X-Wings he's
preparation.
playing?
Yep.
Yeah,
it's
Blake's
all in
yeah,
preparation to do well at regionals.
the non-world world tour. All right, December 10th. He says. Okay.
December 10th.
Okay.
Can't.
Yeah, I'll
that's-
definitely try.
Swallowbus says, "Hey guys, loving the game and your vids. Thanks for struggling with the bloody defenders. My list was, it can handle the defenders with the auto
I've got
blaster turrets.
something for the defenders.
I've also got something for defenders.
We've got some things.
We've
for
got
Yeah.
some things coming.
He's got some, but the funny part is, like, I don't think you're gonna see, especially with Heroes Resistance. I think you're gonna see a little more opened up.
I don't think you can cover everything in the meta 2 with your list.
No.
now. You,
No.
you have to be able to handle everything, but at the
I
same
played-
time, you're not going to be able to cover.
Yeah, I played in my worlds, my 6 games. I played 1 3 defender list, and then one defender list with Omega Leader power. So I don't know what the stats are, the percentages of that. So I did have a defender show up in one of
Well,
my.
yeah, and I think the defenders, they're just a good ship overall right now, and they're viable. So you're going to see them, and they're hard to counter still, even with the tricks that we have.
Right.
Like some bad dice. This is a dice game. You've got to remember. So a couple
Oh,
bad
yeah.
dice.
Yeah. If I had to guess what you guys will see at regionals, you're going to see defenders, you're going to see shadowcasters,
Shadowcaster
think a
Y
lot of-
combinations.
you're
Yeah.
going to see a
maybe
lot
not
of Falcons
this soon.
too, because this will be the first weekend with Heroes of the Resistance Legal.
Yeah, you're going to see a lot of people, and since regional season started up this week, it's a good time to experiment.
It's a good time to
sort of.
experiment because
Like,
if-
go to this
even if
first
you do-
regional,
even if you
test
don't do
things
as
out.
well as
Test
you want
things
to
out.
at this regional this weekend, there's other regionals nearby you, or you can probably nearby.
It gives
where
you an
can
idea of
go.
how this new meta is going to shape
Yeah.
up and where it's going
Yeah.
right now. At
So-
least until the Upsilon.
What Oh, the Epsilon. Oh yeah, the whole Wave 10 stuff. Woo. So what else? It says, did you see the double block on the asteroid in the semifinal? Is that the one? I think I know what you're talking about. That's the. No, actually, I probably missed that part. I think that was covering the other lists on the outside, so I didn't see that.
Oh, Sunday. Yeah, that was Sunday. I was
Sunday.
in an X-wing tournament
Yeah, we were in
locally
an
here.
X-wing
Yeah, they were all playing an X-wing tournament here at the store that we
Yeah.
had a 20-person tournament.
I
Which
was getting my butt handed to me.
your butt handed to you? Really?
Oh man, I watched a little pilot skill 1 A-wing kill Bosk. It was terrible.
I also got my butt handed to me. Not really. Nims and I had a fantastic
Nims
game.
took third in that, I think he did.
Yeah, Nims took third in that. The last game came down between Nims and I, and whoever won that game was going to make the final cut into the top 4. And he got me.
So the next question is, I didn't catch Berto's list. All right, so for my list for Worlds was actually very simple. It was the same list that you probably saw. I was going back and forth between a Poe Dameron, Braylon, Gray Squad, TLTY, versus a Double Ghost Y combination. So I went with the Double Ghost Y. I had more flight time with that. Basically, the Double Ghosts, both Ghosts had fire control systems, auto blaster turret. One had Hera, the other one had Chopper. My Y-Wing had TLT. I'm sorry, not TLT, auto blaster turret and R4D6. That was my list for Worlds that I played.
Drew, to answer your question, I do think that the T-70 lifts are going to be competitive.
Oh,
I do.
absolutely, with paddle analyzer.
It might take a little while for it to catch on, but in the right hands, Poe's going to be deadly.
I think the most
And-
powerful pilot that came out of here is this is 9 Num.
He's good too.
I
yeah.
think that's the most powerful one because Jess Palva is nice, and so is Snap Buxton, but I think Nine
Yeah.
Numb is really
Nine
going
Numb's
to be
good.
the one
Jess
that shines.
I do have a list with Jess Pava I want to try. And I think, yeah, the next wave's going to get me. I'm going to play some Rebels.
Really?
Welcome
wow.
back, my friend.
I'm going to play a TIE Fighter, but it's still going to be Rebels.
Oh, Sabian's TIE
Oh yeah, that must be built.
I'm actually looking for from a T70 perspective. I think a Poe and Dash build is going to be relevant. I really think a Poe and Dash build is going to be relevant back into the meta here, just to handle some of those TOTYs and the Shadowcasters and the maneuverability. I want to be able to have a Dash that has the same maneuverability.
Well, I mean, the Black One title's what, 1 point?
Yep.
And
Yep.
you boost or barrel roll and
Boost
you
or
lose
barrel roll.
Lose
And you
target
lose a
lock?
target lock.
Yep. And that's not off of your ship. That's off of a friendly ship at range.
So
one
it's
of you.
it's your ship, technically speaking, a friendly ship.
Yeah.
And any other friendly ship is in range 1, which is nice.
It's
Oh, yeah.
Just the
you're
spoiler
gonna
here.
you're gonna see some shenanigans.
You're not going to see Poe Dameron with R5P9 anymore.
It makes me rethink K4 on everything.
K4 security. Yeah, that's not bad. What about what Roberto says on the Falcon?
Hello from China. From China.
From China. Scum of the Caribbean.
Yeah,
These
Scum of
guys,
the Caribbean.
they have their website. They were following us, doing some different things. He reached out to me. He has his YouTube channel that they do. So I'm late to the show, but it's 8:30 here in China. I love it. Ni hao. Yep, exactly. That's the only reason why I know that Chinese is from Ni hao Kailan, kids show that my kids used to watch. That's the only Chinese thing I know. They try to teach other Chinese and I never learned it. All right. So, I mean, it's 46 minutes. What we're going to do is wrap this up. Like I said, this was just a Worlds recap, kind of talking about what was there.
Right.
You guys had some questions, and some of the lists that are coming up, some of the cool swag that we got. I'm definitely probably going to put some of this stuff up on eBay for charity auctions. I'm not sure which part and pieces, but definitely put these up on charity auctions, and we'll definitely donate 100% of all the proceeds that we win on eBay will definitely go to St. Jude's Children's Hospital. If you guys don't know what St. Jude's is all about, providing free care to children that have cancer or terminal diseases, and also in covering their families. So we're definitely going to do that. I love that. That's a great cause. Also, guys, check out our token store, slingpaint.com/store. You can check out tokens. You can also check out some of the T-shirts. Also, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. All the links below. I really appreciate Ryan and Blake for you guys being on the show.
Thanks for having me, Berto.
Not a problem.
All right, so you guys, are we going to do a match? Is that what we're going to do next?
I guess we could do a match.
Yeah, we
I
can do
guess
a
we
match.
could try a match.
All right, so we're going to cut this feed. Stay tuned about 20, 15 minutes or so. We're going to redo a new feed, and you guys stay tuned for the match. All right, thanks, guys. Have a good one.
Fly dangerously.
Fly dangerously. Ooh.